Democracy daughters, ferocious fascism, cackling communism, equally fraught, cavort crazily all over the globe. They are hemming us in. They are abortive births of the child. The new Aorus. Liberty stirs once more in the womb of time. Evolution makes its changes by anti-socialistic ways. The abnormal man who foresees the trend of the times and adapts circumstance intelligently is laughed at, persecuted, often destroyed by the horde. But he and his heirs, when the crisis comes, are survivors. Above us today hangs a danger, deadliest parallel in history. We suppress the individual in more and more ways. We think in terms of the herd. Or no longer kill soldiers and use all indiscriminately. Every new measure of the most democratic and autocratic governments is communistic in essence. It is always restriction. We are all treated as imbecile children. The manifestation of New Age, the unveiling of the company of heaven. Every man and every woman is a star. Every number is infinite. There is no difference. Help me, O warrior lord of Thebes, in my unveiling before the children of man. Be thou added, my secret center, my heart and my calm. Behold, it is revealed by Iros, the minister of Horvath. The calves is in the cool, not the cool in the calves. Worship then the calves, and behold my light shed over you. Let my servants be few and secret. They shall rule the many and the known. These are fools that men adore. Both their gods and their men are fools. Come forth, you children, under the stars and take your fill of law. I am above you, and in you my ecstasy is in yours. My joy is to see your joy. Above the Janet azure is the naked splendor of New secret door into the house of Rantum, of Kepran and of Thafur. I am my Devan, woman to the prophet Kafta by Krishna mouth my breast I beat, by wise net I weave my spell. Show thy star splendor on it, bid me within thine house to dwell. O winged snake of light, is as a sword in my hand to push thy order here. It's a secret door that I shall make to establish thy reign over quarters. These are the adorations, as thou hast written. The light is mine, its rays consuming. Appear on the throne of Ra, open the ways of Ku, lighten the ways of the cow, the ways of the captains run. To stir me or still me, oh, let it fill me, so that thy light is in me, and its red flame is as a sword in my hand to push my order. There is a secret door that I shall make to establish thy way in all the quarters. These are the adorations as thou hast written. As it is said, the light is mine, its rays consume me. I have made a secret door into the house of Rantum, of Kepran, of Ahathor. I am thy Devan, omen to the prophet Kafna Komsu. By Krishna mouth my breast I beat, by wise net I weave my spell. Show thy star splendor on it, bid me within thine house to dwell. Oh, winged sing no longer be poured to the hawk-headed mystical Lord. Certify the half of the word of Hirura, Kohur, Bakrad, and Rahur. 36. Then said the prophet unto the God 37, I adore thee in the song. I am the Lord of Thebes, and thine inspired for speaker of men too. For me unveils the veiled sky, the self-slain on Ketna's throne too. Whose words are truth, I invoke, I greet thy presence, O Rahur Kut. Unity, I adore the might of thy breath, supreme and terrible God, who makest the gods in death to tremble before thee. I adore the skies have another woman shall awake the lost and worship over the snake another soul of God and beast shall mingle in the globed priest. Another sacrifice shall stain the tomb. Another king shall reign and blessing no longer be poured to the hawk-headed mystical Lord. Certify the half of the word of Hiruraha, called Hopakrot and Rahur Kut. 36. Then said the prophet unto the God 37, I adore thee in the song. I am the Lord of Thebes, and I, thee inspired for speaker of men too. For me unveils the veiled sky, the self-slain on Kafna Konsul, whose words are truth. I invoke, I greet thy presence, O Rahor Kut. Unity, uttermost sure. I adore the might of thy breath, supreme and terrible God, who makest the gods and death to tremble before thee. I adore thee. The darkness recedes as the light shines more brightly, until at last we find ourselves upon the heights to which we now aspire. 10, The Wheel of Fortune is the key word assigned to the Wheel of Fortune. This is closely related to such ideas as spinning, circulation, rolling, whirling, wheeling, ether. What is meant here is that the symbology of this key refers to the initial whirling motion in the vast expanse of the root substance of the universe, which occultists call the limitless light. Differentiations of this primary motion cause all changes in form or quality on every plane. The title refers to the attribution to this key of the pair of opposites, wealth and cavity. The rewarding intelligence is attributed to it, and the planet Jupiter, which is called in astrology the greater fortune, and is stated to have tremendous influence for prosperity and all benefits when well placed in a horoscope. The cherubic emblems are the cherubs mentioned in Ezekiel and Revelation. They represent the four fixed signs of the zodiac. The wheel itself is the symbol of the whole cycle of cosmic expression. The yellow serpent, whose movement suggests vibration, represents the illusion of the cosmic radiant energy, or thought into matter. The jackal-headed homonibus represents the evolution of consciousness from lower forms to higher. Finally, the Sphinx typifies the real self of man, having finished its evolutionary journey in this cycle of manifestation. Justice! This is the center of the tower of man. It stands for equilibrium, and the center symbolized by the title and the scales. These also symbolize the Hindu doctrine of karma, which literally means action or work. It manifests itself in the form of a law of leviating justice. This doctrine is expressed in the Judeo-Christian idiom as a man soweth, so shall he also reap. In physics, it is stated that every action has an equal and opposite reaction. It is the entire appearance of cause-effect. The two curtains, suggesting duality, represent balance by their symmetrical arrangement. The throne repeats the pillar and veils symbolism of key 2. The circle and square on the front of the crown refer to the movement of spirit within material forms. The sword represents discrimination, which is closely allied to the idea of justice. Key 11 is the agency through which all of the forces, represented by keys 1 to 10, are transferred to the manifesting powers, represented by keys 12 to 21. This cryptic statement deserves a great deal of thought upon your part. You will be well rewarded for your effort. Madame Blavatsky called for it. This force in the human organism is called Kundalini, the serpent power. There are any number of systems which attempt to tell unwary students how to awaken the sleeping are too often successful, and the results of their misguided efforts are human wrecks and derelicts. People driven to madness and obsession. For the fact is that Kundalini is a real force and is as powerful in destruction as it is in integration. Every person automatically receives the instruction he needs to awaken. Kundalini, when the time comes for that awakening, such practices are the most dangerous known to man. The proper way to prepare yourself for the time when you can do such a thing safely is to learn how to control your body, your mind, and your emotions. When you have done this, you will know what your next step is to be. Naturally, and without giving it conscious attention. For even in its latent state, it is the force behind your activities. It is automatically controlled by subconsciousness. Subconsciousness is the woman in K8, and she has the lion in complete control. Because Tarot works by giving suggestions to subconsciousness. It works automatically towards the expansion of consciousness that makes for an ever greater control over continually increasing powers of personality. The other symbolism in this key has been explained elsewhere. 9. The Hermit. Represents the one identity. Or I am, he represents the consciousness of the man who has attained enlightenment. And he stands upon the mountain peaks as a light bearer for those below him on the path. He is solitary, alone. This symbolism points to the fact that in reality, the central self of every one of us, which seems to us to be separate from every other self, is that same one identity. Because this key represents the one identity, it also symbolizes, since the manifested universe came into being by an act of the primal will of the one identity, the hermit's gray robe by its color symbolizes the notionalization of all of the pairs of opposites in manifestation by the color. Because opposite colors mixed equally produce gray. The stuff corresponds to will and the archetypal world. He stands in darkness because what is behind our personifications of the Supreme? Reality is dark and incomprehensible to our intellects, yet he carries the golden six-rayed light, symbolizing cosmic principles and laws. As our consciousness awakens to the understanding of these laws, Madame Blavatsky called for what? This force in the human organism is called Kundalini, the serpent power. any number of systems which attempt to tell unwary students how to awaken the sleeping. Kundalini. They are too often successful, and the results of their misguided efforts are human wrecks and derelicts, people driven to madness and obsession. For the fact is that Kundalini is a real force, and is as powerful in destruction as it is in integration. Every person automatically receives the instruction he needs to awaken. Kundalini. When the time comes for that awakening, in the meantime, listen to no one who tells you that he can help you to unfold powers by setting the serpent force in action. Such practices are the most dangerous known to man. The proper way to prepare yourself for the time when you can do such a thing safely is to learn how to control your body, your mind, and your emotions. When you have done this, you will know what your next step is to be. Kundalini is not a force to be feared. You really use it every day of your life, but you use it naturally and without giving it conscious attention. For even in its latent state, it is the force behind your activities. It is automatically controlled by subconsciousness. Subconsciousness is the woman in Kiev, and she has the lion.
Never go full finger retarded, little 2 for 2.
In complete control, because tarot works by giving suggestions. To subconsciousness it works automatically towards the expansion of consciousness that makes for an ever greater control over continually increasing powers of personality. The other symbolism in this key has been explained elsewhere. 9. The Hermit. The Hermit represents the one identity. Or I am, he represents the consciousness of the man who has attained enlightenment. And he stands upon the mountain peaks as a light bearer for those below him on the path. He is solitary, alone. This symbolism points to the fact that in reality the central self of every one of us, which seems to us to be separate from every other self, is that same one identity. Because this key represents the one identity, it also symbolizes will, since the manifested universe came into being by an act of the primal will of the one identity. The hermit's gray robe, by its color, symbolizes the neutralization of all of the pairs of opposites in manifestation by each other, because opposite colors mixed equally produce gray. The star corresponds to will and the archetypal world. He stands in darkness because what is behind our personifications of the supreme reality is dark and incomprehensible. golden six-rayed light, symbolizing cosmic principles and laws as our consciousness awakens to the understanding of these laws. Apart or to separate? In addition to that, the zodiacal sign, Gemini, is attributed to this key. Gemini means the twins and its sign is approximately 2. This gives a clue to the occult doctrine that all opposites are really but different aspects of one thing, and that they are complementary. The title, The Lovers, brings this out even more graphically. The sun is a symbol of enlightenment, and the one force which is differentiated into pairs of opposites. The angel represents superconsciousness, and the clouds indicate that this is partly hidden from us at our present stage of conscious unfoldment. The mountain symbolizes attainment. The man and woman are Adam and Eve, or the prototypes of the specialization of the life force as male and female. The tree of 12 flames behind the man represents the signs of the zodiac, and that behind the woman, the 5 senses. The latter carries out the idea of discrimination between opposites, because it bears the fruit of the knowledge of good and evil. In addition, the 5 senses are instruments which enable us to discriminate between one thing and another. The serpent represents the occult force known as Kundalini. See explanation of key 8.
7. When chariots here is the inners of the sphinxes are the senses, the reins by which she drives them, which you will note are invisible, represents the mind.
The chariot itself is the body, and it is drawn by the sphinxes. Advancement in occult world depends upon the realization of the facts portrayed in this key. For it is only when we understand these facts that we allow the real self to guide our personalities. The charioteer is a victor. This key represents the conquest of illusion.
Is suggested in a number of ways. The Hebrew letter check means thanks or policy. The sign answer attributed to the 7 needs.
Crab of enclosed crustacean. The chariot, the armor of the rider, the wall in the background, the battlements and towers are all symbols of the same idea. The starry canopy represents the celestial forces whose descent into matter is the cause of all manifestation. On the shield in front of the chariot is the Hindu lingam yoni, symbolizing the union of opposite forces. Above the shield is a winged globe. The globe is the sun. The wings represent the alchemical element of air, which carries the power of the solar rays. The wheels represent rotation or cyclic activity. The scepter, a combined crescent and figure 8. symbolizes the combined powers represented in tarot by the magician and the high priestess.
Has a very profound esoteric significance. Is a representation of the great
apart or to separate. In addition to that, the zodiacal sign. Gemini is attributed to this key. Gemini means the twins and its sign is approximately 2. This gives a clue to the occult doctrine that all opposites are really but different aspects of one thing, and that they are complementary. The title, The Lovers, brings this out even more graphically. The sun is a symbol of enlightenment, and the one force which is differentiated into pairs of opposites. The angel represents superconsciousness, and the clouds indicate that this is partly hidden from us at our present stage of conscious unfoldment. The mountain symbolizes attainment. The man and woman are Adam and Eve, or the prototypes of the specialization of the life force as male and female. The tree of 12 flames behind the man represents the signs of the zodiac, and that behind the woman the 5 senses. The latter carries out the idea of discrimination between opposites, because it bears the fruit of the knowledge of good and evil. In addition, the 5 senses are instruments which enable us to discriminate between one thing and another. The serpent represents the occult force known as Kundalini. See explanation of key 8. 7. The chariot.
The charioteer is the inner self. The sphinxes are the senses. The reins by which he drives them, which you will note are invisible, represent the mind. The chariot itself is the body, and it is drawn by the sphinx's advancement in a clothed. Depends upon the realization of the facts portrayed in this key, for it is only when we understand these facts that we allow the real self to guide our personality.
The charioteer is a victor. This key represents the conquest of illusion. The idea of enclosure, protection, etc. is suggested in a number of ways. The Hebrew letter Chet means fence or palisade. The sign Cancer attributed to key 7 means crab, an enclosed crustacean. The chariot, the armor of the rider, the wall in the background, the battlements and towers are all symbols of the same idea. The starry canopy represents the celestial forces whose descent into matter is the cause of all manifestation. On the shield in front of the chariot is the Hindu lingam yoni, symbolizing the union of opposite forces. Above the shield is a winged globe. The globe is the sun. The wings represent the alchemical element of air, which carries the power of the solar rays. The wheels represent rotation or cyclic activity.